Hi friends, it's Melissa. I am so excited about the Brutus Monroe Black Friday sale. There, there is so much on sale and it's all so great. And if you've not heard about it, you definitely need to head over to the website. It's brutusmonroe.com because there's free stuff. And that's what I'm playing with today. So you get free things you get to pick at, like, I think it's every $25 or so levels, and there's details on the website, like I said. But I get to share another one of my favorite companies, which is Tonic Studios, because at the $75 level, if you spend $75, you can choose a free paper pack. One of them being, and I'm sorry, I've already dug into this. This is just so fun. It is the Timeless Tidings collection. There are several things on the website, but it is this paper pack, an 8x8 paper pack that you can choose for free if you spend $75. And then if you spend $75 more at $150, you can also select the Timeless Tidings stencil collection. But as I said, there's more on the website that is available, and I'm going to use a little bit of all of this. I'm hoping I can make 2 cards today. We'll see what happens, how that goes. There are 3D embossing folders. This one, I mean, all you need is this. This makes your card, right? Add a sentiment. There you go. This is called Pinecone Parade. And then the other one that's available is I think it's called Mistletoe Shower. And it's just so pretty, and it's creates a subtle background. The other thing that is available on the Brutus Monroe website, and these are so fabulous, is the Foil Fusion adhesive sheets. So what these are, different sheets that give you sentiments or designs that you can put on your projects like rub-ons, except I'm also going to be playing with the Brutus Monroe Deco Foil transfer sheets in Gold Star. So these are adhesive, so we can put our transfer foil on this, and it's going to become pretty and shiny and just really fabulous. So let's take a look at the papers real quick. Like I said, I've already dug into them. But what's cool about these is that on the back of the cover sheet of Tonic Studios, they give you these really cool tags that you can fussy cut out. And then here's the paper, and this one is actually, it goes here. Okay, you get 3 sheets of 9 designs, I think it is. So there's this one, and then the check back, the Christmas trees, and a wood plank background, flip side. Yeah, words are hard for me, sorry. Then there's this beautiful bird on like sheet music, and then oops, and then there's the cardinal also on this very light sheet music. Here's some really pretty Christmas floral with a nice plaid background. The stag with a very beautiful, like, corrugated background paper. Here's a like wreath with another just a tinier plaid. Some holly berries, with a green polka dot, some ornaments with kind of a red corrugated with some holly. Look at this. Oh, pretty. This is some Christmas roses. Who sees Christmas roses? But these are stunning. And then the other side is holly. Then we have this beautiful red corrugated with the holly again, but this time it's foiled. So, ooh, isn't that pretty? And then the other side is green corrugated with very light, almost like a watermark, holly. So you've got the Christmas trees, and then this one is also foiled. You see that? The other side, another wood planks. And then here's another ornaments page. This time the ornaments are just a bit bigger. And then it's with red polka dots. So really very, very pretty. And we're, like I said, I'm hoping I can get 2 cards made. I've been playing with this paper pack for a little while now. So I have scraps that I can use up. And then I mentioned that if you spend $150, you can choose the stencils that go with this collection. There are 4 stencils in this pack. You can layer all 4 together, or you can do them just individually if you want to. So I would call this layer the pine cone layer, like layer 1. You can do just those pine cones and then fussy cut those out and use those as ephemera on your cards. Or you can add, this is going to add some detail to for your next layer, but you can just use it as just a bit of filler and leave it at that. Or keep going, and here you've got your holly leaves and some pine boughs, and you can layer that on. And so then there you've got your details to your holly leaves. So, you know, think about that as you're laying these down on what colors you want to use. And then your last layer is your holly berries and some just dots that you can use for decoration. So, and you want to, you can layer all of these together, and hopefully you can kind of, not really, see what you're going to get. And I was playing with this a little bit earlier. So I already have a finished stencil piece, so you don't have to watch me stencil. But again, you just, I would say practice with this just to discover like what types of colors you want to do. Maybe you want to do some chroma glaze through some of these, or like I said, you could take some of these away and maybe just do leaves with the holly berries. Would look really pretty all on its own. You don't have to use all 4 of them. Just let me give you a tip that when you're lining these up, or when you're going to line these up, make sure that your Tonic Studios, where it says Tonic Studios, is either facing up to you or away from you on all 4 of them. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time lining them up. And then what you get is a panel like this. And what I did is I started with my pine cone layer, and I used walnut stain for the pine cones and some forest moss for the darker colors of this. They're like pine sprigs, but they also do some of the details on the holly leaves. Then the next thing I did was the holly leaves. And oh, and then these little things. And these, I wasn't really sure if they should be green or if they should be brown. But, you know, hey, it's create your own ending, right? So I went with green. And then the last thing I did with the final layer was I brought in the berries. And on those little teeny tiny dots, I used some gold metallic ink. And I kind of pushed that into the stencil. And then I rubbed it off with my cloth. And what that did is that smeared some of that gold onto the berries, and it just, oh, I really hope I'm capturing this on the camera. I can't really tell, but there is a bit of gold on the berries, and it just looks so pretty. So let's go ahead and get started with my first card. So this is a pre-recorded live, you guys. I don't know how to do video editing, and I don't know how to do voiceovers or anything like that. So this is just me, and I'm gonna goof, and I'm gonna say a lot, and I'm gonna get quiet. So you'll have to forgive me for that. But let's just go ahead and get started with our first card. And instead of the no, you know what? Never mind. I can use, there is a plaid in this one. This one right here is going to be my card base. And I'm just going to do a regular A2 size card. Nope, I'm not. I'm going to do this. And we are going to just make this really super simple. This would be a really easy card to mass produce. So if you're just sitting down watching Christmas movies, or I understand that what is it, Elf, I'm sorry, I don't like the movie, is going to be on 24 hours on some TV station. So maybe if you're an Elf fan and you want to just sit and watch movies and just stencil, you can create, I mean, just go for it, and you can create a bunch of cards in almost no time at all. Let's see, I think I want that about an inch. Pretty crooked that is. There we go. I really don't want this card base. I think I want something lighter. And y'all know that Brutus Monroe carries pre-cut, pre-scored card bases. So let's go ahead and pull one of those out. So easy. So convenient. That's better. And I'm going to cut this down just a little bit more. And that's because I want a matte layer. And I'm going to use let's see. Oh yeah, wagon will work great. Wagon's kind of a fun orangey, orangey red. And because I smeared that little bit of gold on the berries, that kind of changed my bolder red into an orangey red. So this is going to be great. Here and here. And that looks beautiful. And then now I'm going to go ahead and cut this down just a tad to 3/4 of an inch. Because now I want this at an inch. And like I said, I'm just going for a really super easy really super easy Christmas card. One that you could easily mass produce. I don't know about you guys, but the way that I create my Christmas cards is there are sections, and there is the family section, and there's only a few people in that section, and they get the cards that are the hardest to do, that take me the longest. And then there's the next section, which are my coworkers, and those are ones I have to mass produce, so they're the easier card to do. And then there's probably a couple of other groups that I send to, and I usually design 4 different types of cards to send out every year. I think I only send about a total of, I don't know, 30 cards, but it's 4 different designs. As I said, the ones for family, that's the hardest one to do. Not that I don't want to make, my cards special for every single group. I do, but my family is just one I just do a little bit more. Okay, so there's that. then I'm going to grab, if I have any, scrap of white. Look at that. Almost perfect. And here's where I'm going to grab one of these Foil Fusion sheets. And let's see. We're gonna do Christmas greetings. And I might come back for one other thing, and I do need to see if this is gonna fit. Side is straighter. Okay. Now, is this gonna fit it? Bear with me a second. Did I hear you all just gasp? Don't cut away the holly. I promise I'm going to put it back. But okay, great. That's going to fit. Okay, so you just take that off of its protective layer. Go ahead and okay. Now, the reason why I did this is so that I can turn these just a little bit so I don't, and bring them out a little bit more. I don't want to lose a lot of it. So I wanted to be able to, I'm sorry, am I out of frame here? So I'm going to put that there, and I can bring it away from the sentiment a little bit more than what it is. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Then you're just going to rub. So that you transfer the adhesive image to your cardstock. And peel that away. also, if you did it this way and you wanted to do like, I don't know, a couple different colors of foil, you can do that. I only pulled out the gold, so. But you could definitely do different colors of foil by separating it out the way that I did. Okay, then we're going to grab our gold foil, gold star transfer sheet. Ooh, don't stick. You know what? I'm not going to worry about cutting it off. Gonna lay this down just like this. Carefully burnish that down. Rub, 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 rub. You can hear it separate. And ta-da! There we go. There's our sentiment. Look how pretty. All right, and let's put this easy peasy card together. This is a great card. Great masculine looking card to maybe send. I don't know. I think that if I had still had my dad around, this would be the card I would send to him. He would love this. All right. And there you go. You could take this card so much further than what I'm doing with this one, because I wanted to do something that would be super simple and quick for you to mass produce, is why I'm going to stop here. But you can add, I don't know, glossy accents and put it on those berries to make those berries pop. You could, as I said, stencil these and maybe fussy cut them out so that you can do some dimension on your card by popping them up. And although, and excuse me while I grab this set, I was thinking about this. And where'd you go, little guys? Ouch. I have misplaced my little gnomes. They're here somewhere. You would not believe my table. But wouldn't the little Christmas gnomes from Brutus Monroe, here they are. Look. So cute. Just by adding him on top of there. Wouldn't that be absolutely adorable? And I may come back and do that later. But you know what? Let's just do him up really, really super quick. We'll do some quick coloring on him. Let's just add him in. Why not? Okay. Put him on an ink, on a block. We'll grab our Raven ink. I don't ever stamp with the block, so you'll have to pardon me here. Not bad. Okay. And, woo, you would not believe this table now. Oh my goodness. We're just going to do some quick coloring. I'm not even going to go for shading or anything like that. Make sure I'm in screen. I do forget to do that, and I like to bring things closer to me. Don't we all? And let's see. Go with some red mittens. Like I said, easy coloring. I don't have a lot of markers on my table right now. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe you can get an SVG file on the website for that's gonna be okay, for these little gnomes. So if you wanted to just cut out a bunch and then use it as a template in your MISTI, and you can just stamp them all out pretty easily. There we go. Oh, no, let's do his present. Oh, let's see. And I'm not even worried that I'm not pulling out colors that I used on my card, because it really just won't matter. It'll all still look adorable. But if I'm wrong about the SVG files, and I don't think I am, but if I'm wrong, I apologize. But as you can see, these are not hard to cut out. So, I'm actually making this video the day before Thanksgiving. You won't see it till the day after. But I do hope that you all had a lovely time on Thanksgiving Day, if that's your thing. I am going to be with my family tomorrow, which is kind of special because it's the first time in a very long time that I've had all three of my kids home. And yeah, that's blending right in. So I'm pretty excited about that. So we'll have food and drinks and a marathon of Monopoly. Yay! Look how cute! Oh my goodness! Let's just pop him up a little bit. Couple more. That's enough. And then we'll move on to another card design I have in mind. So I'm just going to put him right there, and look how cute. Okay, yeah, that was definitely necessary and needed. So, all right, let me push the mess aside and we'll make another card. This one should be pretty simple. But I did want to use a little bit more of the foil fusion because it just looks so beautiful, and why not? We've got it. It's available in, oopsies. See, I sound like Christopher. I love Christopher and his little Christopher-isms. They're so fun. But these are on the website. Why not grab them? I mean, you're just not going to go wrong with this sale at all. And there's freebies and you can stack them. And why not? Why would you not want to do this? So, okay. I was thinking I am going to start with my card base. What did I do with it? Here we go. And I want to use let's see. Yep. Okay. This is what we're going to do. We have to think about this a little bit. I want to cut this at 4 1/8. And let's see. Yes. And I'm going to cut this side at 5 3. What is this? 3/8, I think. Not my forte. Yes, that looks so pretty. Okay, then what we're going to do is want some of this bird. And I think I want some of this corner. I'm gonna be really careful with what I'm cutting off. I have a thought and I'm hoping it'll work. Okay, and I'm going to stop right there because what I want to do with this card is, and I may even bring back in some of this stuff that I fussy cut off and put it back in, but we'll see. And I'm going to stop right there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, I need to step over to the other side of my room for a second. So I'm going to emboss this. I'm going to emboss this in gold. Now, what I'm using is gold metallic paper that's in my stash. Pretty sure I got it from probably like Michael's or something like that. Use what you have. And I think that we probably all have maybe some gold cardstock in our stash. And then yeah, I'll stop talking and just go, you know what? Let's just grab my machine over and I'll bring it over to you. Okay. Oh my goodness. For all, you know, I have a whole room and I still don't have space. Not enough space to craft. Okay. See, this is what we get with live pre-recorded. All right. And we're gonna grab my sorry. And I really wish I would be able to edit this out, but I can't, unfortunately. Okay, so for a I am going to place this kind of in the center because I want both the upper pine cone and the lower pine cone. But I'm going to die cut this piece. But I want you to see how 3D embossing folders are fabulous. They look amazing. But look how they look on a metallic cardstock. Look at all that detail, that shine. It's so beautiful. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and Dad cut this out with just some oval and make sure you know, look at it, look at what you're going to cut off, what you want to make sure you want to keep. And that's good enough for me. And I know it's kind of silly. Okay, now you're going to run this through and you're going to lose all of your embossing. It's possible, but I could line this up again and run it through again if I need to. But I don't think I'm going to need to. It held its detail. It looks really good. And now let me just set this aside. And we're gonna, oops, don't lose the bird. And you know, again, these embossing folders are available on the Brutus Monroe words are hard website. And I'm just gonna place this here. Okay, this is gonna help me with where I want this bird and what do I do with this stuff that I started already fussy cutting away. And the way that you kind of make it look like you meant for it to be like that is to, of course, cut away obvious, you know, cuts. And we're going to bring this up like so. And yeah, maybe up a little bit more. That looks pretty good. Is like this. This is how you're going to get the most out of using your patterned papers. And I mean, and we all know, of course, that Brutus Monroe has a collection of the most fabulous papers ever. And you can do the very same thing that I'm doing here with Brutus Monroe papers, is fussy cut those. I know our friend Sean on the design team does that a lot. He fussy cuts out the papers and just makes these just magnificent cards. And it just you know, I mean, some of Brutus Monroe papers, you're just like, okay, well, put that in a frame and put it on the wall. That's all you need. And it's just beautiful. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I like this. Get rid of some of that excess. So my goal here today is to not only share with you this wonderful sale and these beautiful products that you can get for free with, as I said, the paper is at a $75 level and the stencils are, if you spend $150. But my goal is to show you how you can make some quick cards that are just beautiful, totally elegant. And this one, I'm just trying to use the paper. There we go. And then what I want to do is, I'm gonna pull out a scrap of red cardstock. Not use the wagon this time, but just a scrap of red from my stash, because I wanted a little bit. Well, you know what? Maybe wagon would be better because of the color of that bird. Wagon it is. Okay, so what I want to do here is, and hopefully I didn't shortcut myself here. I want to bring back those foil fusion sheets, because I really, really, really love the bow. All right, and then, sorry, I keep forgetting to check myself that I'm in frame. I hope I have been. I hope I'm not taking too long too. Okay, a little bit right there. Good. I'm just gonna rub that down a little more. Okay. And then bring back in our gold foil. And I'm gonna lay this down just like that. And I rub until, you can hear it kind of pull away from the sheet, so you kind of know it's sticking down already. don't know if there's a missing part there. There we go. And there's our bow. And then I'm going to fussy cut this out. Okay, so got the bow. It's a little bit harder to fussy cut because I'm trying to see past the shine of the foil and it's glaring in the lights. It's a little bit hard to see. Get that out of the way. And we're going to put the bow right here. Okay, we're going to add that to our card base, and then we can do our sentiment. What did I do with that? It's the problem with going like this to clean up my table, right? I'm not finding what I did with stuff. Okay, so then what we can do is, oh, you know what might be really pretty is grabbing oh, it might be a little bit too late for this. Never mind. Gotta remember to use the tags. Kind of missing the S. Want to come off, so that's why you want to pull up very gently. And you know, if this is a bit too much gold for you, by all means change out your the types of foil that you want to use. Or the, not, I didn't mean type, I meant color of foil. If you missed a spot, go back and just press the foil in, and that will finish that up. And I'm just going to go ahead and hand cut this. I know. Brave. Very, very brave, Melissa. Don't mess it up. Okay. I couldn't cut myself straight out of a paper bag, but, you know. This video, I think, is going a little bit too long already, and I apologize for that. But I do hope that you have been inspired by the cards that I've made, that you'll maybe want to try them too. Definitely that you will go shopping at brutusmonroe.com, because Christopher's having one heck of a sale, and you just really don't want to miss out on that at all. I promise you, you will be so happy that you treated yourself, or maybe you're picking up gifts for your little for your crafty friends to give this Christmas. But there we go. There is my final card. Again, I hope that you like it. Let me show you the other one. Bring that one back in. There are my two cards featuring the Timeless Tidings collection from Tonic Studios. One more time, you can pick the paper pack if you spend $75, and then for free. And you can get the stencils for free if you spend $150. These items do stack, so for every level that you spend, you get to pick a free item, and who doesn't love free? Thank you so much. I am super blessed to be here with you today. I am thankful, most thankful to Christopher and everyone at Brutus Monroe for giving me the opportunity to be on this amazing design team and working with some just incredible designers. So I want to wish you a very happy, joyous holiday season. Bye.